This man is so tall that most doors are too short for him, most cars are too small, and finding shoes is almost impossible. Standing at an incredible 8 feet 2.8 inches tall, Sultan Kusin is the tallest living person on Earth. But his height isn't just amazing, it completely changed his life. How did he become this tall? What challenges does he face every single day? And why do doctors say his condition is incredibly rare? Stay until the end because we'll also compare him to the tallest person in recorded history, whose height was even more unbelievable. Let's get started. The tallest person alive. The incredible story of Sultan Kusin. Have you ever imagined what life would be like if you were over 8 feet tall? It might sound like a dream, but for one man, it's his everyday reality. From struggling to fit through doors to needing custom-made clothes and shoes, life at this height is anything but ordinary. Today, we're looking at the incredible story of Sultan Kusin, the tallest living person in the world. We'll explore how he became so tall, the challenges he faces every day, the amazing records he holds, and some surprising facts that most people don't know. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe if you enjoy learning about amazing people, world records, and unbelievable facts. Let's get started. Sultan Kusin was born on December 10th, 1982, in Turkey. As a young child, nothing seemed unusual. He was an average-sized kid who enjoyed spending time with his family and helping around the farm where he grew up. But everything changed when he was around 10 years old. Unlike other children his age, Sultan suddenly began growing at an incredible speed. Every year, he became much taller than his classmates. At first, his family thought he was simply going to be a very tall man. However, the growth never stopped. By the time he became an adult, Sultan had reached a height that very few people in history have ever achieved. Today, he stands at an astonishing 2.51 meters, or 8 feet 2.8 inches tall, making him the tallest living person on Earth. Doctors later discovered that Sultan's incredible height was caused by a rare medical condition called pituitary gigantism. This happens when the pituitary gland produces too much growth hormone, causing the bones to continue growing far longer than they normally would. Without treatment, this condition can cause serious health problems. Fortunately, Sultan later received medical treatment that successfully stopped his growth. Even though he is famous for his height, everyday life is far from easy. Imagine trying to buy shoes when your feet are much larger than almost everyone else's. Imagine walking into a normal house where almost every doorway is too short. Even finding a bed that fits can be a huge challenge. These are problems Sultan deals with every single day, and that's only the beginning. One of the biggest challenges Sultan faces is simply moving around. The world is designed for people of average height, not someone who is more than 8 feet tall. Think about getting into a normal car. For most people, it's something they don't even think about. But for Sultan, fitting into the driver's seat is almost impossible without major modifications. Airplanes can also be difficult because there isn't enough legroom, so long journeys can be uncomfortable. Finding clothes is another challenge. You can't simply walk into a shop and buy a pair of trousers or shoes when you're the tallest living person in the world. Almost everything has to be specially made to fit his enormous size, which can be expensive and time-consuming. His shoes are especially remarkable. They are among the largest worn by anyone alive and must be custom-made because standard shoe stores don't sell anything close to his size. Standing at over 2.5 meters tall also puts a lot of pressure on his bones and joints. Walking long distances can be painful, which is why Sultan often uses crutches to help support himself. Although many people assume being extremely tall is an advantage, it can actually make everyday life much more difficult. But despite all these obstacles, Sultan has never let his height stop him from seeing the world. After becoming internationally famous, he was invited to travel to many different countries. Thousands of people wanted to meet the world's tallest living man, take photos with him, and hear his incredible story. Wherever he goes, crowds quickly gather. Many people are amazed because they've never seen someone so tall in real life. Children often look up in complete disbelief, while adults are fascinated by just how much taller he is than everyone else around him. Sultan has appeared on television shows, attended special events, and represented Guinness World Records around the world. Instead of hiding from the attention, he has chosen to use his fame to inspire others and share his unique life experiences. And while Sultan is the tallest person alive today, his height still isn't the greatest ever recorded. That record belongs to another man whose story is even more unbelievable. That man was Robert Wadlow, often called the tallest person in recorded history. Robert was born in the United States in 1918. Like Sultan Kosun, he had a condition that caused his body to produce too much growth hormone, but unlike Sultan, there were no modern treatments available to stop his growth. By the time Robert was just 8 years old, he was already taller than many adults. As the years passed, he continued growing at an incredible rate. When he was measured for the final time, Robert stood an astonishing 2.72 meters, or 8 feet 11.1 inches tall. That's more than 20 centimeters taller than Sultan Kosun. Because of his height, Robert became famous across America. He traveled the country, met thousands of people, and appeared at public events. Everywhere he went, huge crowds gathered just to see him. Sadly, being nearly 9 feet tall placed enormous stress on his body. He needed leg braces to walk, and because he had reduced feeling in his feet, a small injury went unnoticed. The wound became infected, and despite medical treatment, Robert passed away in 1940 at only 22 years old. His story reminds us that extreme height isn't simply a world record. It can also come with serious health risks. Today, thanks to modern medicine, people with conditions like gigantism have access to treatments that weren't available during Robert's lifetime. These advances have helped improve the lives of many patients, including Sultan Kosun. Even though Robert remains the tallest person ever recorded, Sultan continues to hold the title of the tallest living man, and over the years he's achieved much more than just one world record. Some of the facts about him are almost impossible to believe. Sultan Kosun doesn't just hold the record for being the tallest living man. He also holds another incredible Guinness World Record for having the largest hands of any living man. Each of his hands measures over 28 centimeters, making even the biggest hands of an average person look small. His feet are just as extraordinary. Because they're so large, every pair of shoes has to be specially made just for him. Regular shoe shops simply don't carry his size, and replacing a worn-out pair can take weeks or even months. Over the years, Sultan has traveled across the world, visiting countries in Europe, Asia, and the Americas. Wherever he goes, people line up to meet him, take photos, and hear about. But there is one question everyone asks. Could someone actually become taller than Sultan Kosun one day? The answer might surprise you. Technically, it is possible, but reaching a height like Sultan's is incredibly rare. Throughout history, only a tiny number of people have ever grown beyond 8 feet tall, and the reason is not just genetics. Extreme height is usually caused by rare conditions that affect the body's growth system. These conditions can make the body produce too much growth hormone, causing bones to continue growing far beyond normal limits. But here's the thing most people don't realize. Being the tallest person in the world sounds like a superpower, but behind the record is a completely different reality. Imagine waking up every day knowing that almost nothing around you was built for your body. A normal car, too small. A normal bed, too short. A regular shoe store, almost useless. Even walking through everyday places can become a challenge when you're over 8 feet tall. But despite all of these difficulties, Sultan Kosun never let his height control his life. Instead of hiding from the world, he used his unique situation to travel across the planet, meet people from different cultures, and share his unbelievable story. And if you are enjoying this video, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps support the channel and allows me to create more videos about the most incredible people and mysteries from around the world. What makes Sultan's story truly amazing is that his record is not just about a number. Behind the 8 feet 2.8 inches is a real person who faced challenges, adapted, and continued moving forward. His story shows us something important. Being different doesn't mean you can't achieve incredible things. The human body is full of mysteries, and Sultan Kosun is one of the rare examples that proves just how surprising nature can be. Even if someone breaks his record in the future, Sultan's name will always be remembered as one of the most extraordinary people ever recorded. Because his story was never only about height, it was about a person who turned something unusual into something unforgettable. So, what do you think? Would you want to be the tallest person in the world, even if it meant facing all of the challenges Sultan Kosen experienced? Or would you rather stay your normal height and live a more ordinary life? Let me know your answer in the comments. Sultan Kosen's story proves that the world is full of people who are completely unique. His height made him famous, but his determination and positive attitude are what truly make his story unforgettable. If you enjoyed learning about this incredible person, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more unbelievable stories, world records, and facts that sound impossible but are actually real. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.